Whew, Nancy with Crazed Creationz cloth again. It has been a rough day, I'm sure, as you can tell if you were in the group. I just wanted to go ahead and finish up the sewing tutorials. That way, if anyone wants to do these on their own, if you know someone that sews, maybe you guys can get some more masks out in your area. So where I'd left off is the last part, whether you have a serger or a sewing machine, is you're going to run the stitches on the top and the bottom. So from here, you're going to go through the side, the whole either side, and you're going to flip it inside out. And if you need to know how to get to this step, I have tutorials for everything along up to what I've done. I do mine on a sewing machine and a serger. You can do this straight on a sewing machine if you would like. So you just flip it inside out. You're going to push the seams, what you had just sewn or serged, out all the way. And this step I was ironing, but I found out from a really good friend that you don't need to iron. Thanks, Alicia. There's one more. Are you counting? This group has been so amazing. We've got a lot of seamstresses in there, a lot of mask makers, and we are like sharing all of our knowledge. We want to get this out there. We want everyone to be covered with a mask. The whole community of mask makers is being hit with the realization that we're feeling overwhelmed, and then on top of that it's just like the disappointment and not being able to provide masks for everyone that needs one, but we are trying our best, I promise you that. So from here I have a whole stack that I've already turned, and let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can probably see what I'm doing better. Alright, so from here I'm going to top stitch. When I top stitch, I'm going to move my needle all the way to the right hand side, so the width I'm going to put at 7. The length of 4 is great. I still have my tension set to 4. So what I'm going to do, that's already turned inside out, I'm going to do what I call rolling the seams. I'm self-taught, so I don't know if this is the right wording for it. So you're just going to kind of roll them so the front and the back edges, when you fold it in half, meet right in the middle. So I'm going to sew a line, I'm going to top stitch the top, and then I'm going to come back and top stitch the bottom. And same thing when I did the last part, when you get to the nose, I always point it down, it's easier to sew. If you are sewing only, you need to back stitch on this part, but I want to be serging the ends, so it's not really necessary. And for tutorial purposes, or tutorial sake, I'm just going to be doing one, but usually I would just do all of this, just make a chain like I've done in the previous videos, not cut it. So I'm going to push that seam out a little bit more. You kind of got to play with it. People that are new to sewing, you may just want to pin or clip this whole part. Cut my thread. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this bottom right here. So I'm going to roll these seams, and when I'm pushing everything out, I'm working in quarters, so I'm working from the center seam out. So I'm going to get all that situated first. Go ahead and drop that needle down again. So if you're only sewing, you need to back stitch this part. Alright, so there's the next step. We've top stitched up around the nose, and then at the bottom, I'm going to hop back on the serger and show you guys what I'm going to do with this end piece.